This is a modified version of the Montana mask. If you've seen the Montana mask, it has a pretty small filter area. And for filter material, we found some Filtrete at Lowe's. These were big air filters. They're pleated, and I pulled them apart. This one I've been using as just a sample. I don't know if I'd trust it. You can see I squeezed it and made a little hole in it, but it works as an example here. It's got a fuzzy side and a not fuzzy side, and my intuition says the fuzzy side should go out. Little things will get caught up in that fuzzy side. So with this, I mean, you can get a lot of this for not too much. So these can be replaced. Just take this out and pop in a new filter after a while. This could be wiped down with alcohol. The reason we went with the bigger aperture is because this is equivalent to N100, and it's really hard to breathe through if you just have a small hole. So we needed more surface area, and I made it rectangular so that these would be easy to cut to shape. Been having a hard time finding plenty of elastic. I got this at Lowe's, definitely overkill. To tighten this up and get it to hold, you can see these holes have little slots. I'm thinking of redesigning this to make this taper a little bit longer and a little bit sharper, but the purpose of the slot is so that if you want to tighten this up on your head, you pull that out and then pull back this way, and this stays stuck in there, so it remains pretty tight. And if I made that sharper and longer and kind of a more acute angle, it might work a little better. The gasket, the Montana mask people use window gasket, and that's what I used here. It comes in a double roll, and I just rip one half off. I've found that the adhesive it comes with isn't very good. It doesn't stick on here, it comes off. So I use contact cement. To use contact cement, read the directions. It's odd, it's really good stuff, but you paint it onto the mask itself, and then you also paint it onto the thing you want to stick to the mask. You let them sit for at least 15 minutes, and then it seems like they've all dried out and they're no good, but they are. Then you can press it together and it stays. When I get to the end, I've got to perfect this a little bit, but I didn't butt these together. I actually sliced off the end of one so there's a tiny space. I brushed a bunch of contact cement in there. I waited 15 minutes, and then I pushed these together until they stuck. And that seems like a good solution. My wife says she's a doctor. There's some kind of test you do where you put this over your mouth and you breathe in and out, and you see if you can smell some kind of bitter stuff they put in the air. I haven't done that test. To fit this, you can use really hot water. It softens up. This is PLA. Softens up the PLA. Press this onto your face. Kind of squish this into the right shape. There are videos showing how to do that online. This is how the filter works. Did this a minute ago, and it didn't work out very well. So it was because I had already used this. I took it out, put it back in. So cut it a little bit bigger. You can see how I did that. And then pop that on. So my wife just taught me how to put these on, and there's a potential issue. You can see. I'll show you how it works. She was telling me that when you put on a respirator, you hold on to the mask, and you put the lower strap on first. This is so tough that if I made this the right length so that when I pulled it around my head it would be snug on my neck, it would be really hard to get around my neck. So with this, what I do is put it on, put this around the back, and then I can pull here till its desired tightness, and then do that. So get it as tight as I want. She wasn't sure if in a clinical setting if it would be a good idea for somebody to be tugging on these. This is no problem to go ahead and position this knot for wherever you're going to have it. Another thing I've found is it seems to me to work pretty well with both of these straps up here. It's very secure. I don't think anything is going to knock this off my head, but maybe it depends on your hair. I was worried that this was going to obscure view, but it doesn't. I feel like I can see everything I need to see. Kind of scary looking though, kind of weird. Somebody's wearing a anvil on the face. Oh, that's it.